Hello. Today we are talking about The Passage. I did not like this book. It's okay, but this is not a good book. It is stupid long. Stupid long. It's almost 900 pages. The ending is garbage. I hate it. So, one of the biggest things. This book, I'm gonna ruin the main plot point. It is about kind of vampires. They call them virals, but basically kind of vampires. So every time the book gets interesting, or like there's something that you want to hear more about, the author either doesn't tell you more because the trip where the virus is found, like these bats attack everybody, and like I wanted to hear more about that, but then they kind of were just like, bats attacked, that's that, and like you get a little more eventually, but it's not a ton. Like I would have been happy to hear a little more. Like it would have been cool to hear like how the bats got this virus, or like whatever, like how they transferred it, but you don't get that. And then anytime that the question does get answered, it takes forever. So every time you're interested in something, he either switches to another person, or it just doesn't really go into much depth about the thing you're interested in. And that's so annoying. It's so frustrating because just as it starts to hook you, it's like, just kidding, scratch that, get bored again with my book. Also, I don't think this book needed to be almost 900 pages. I think the author could have really cut out some of the fluff and condensed this book to like 400 pages. I feel if this book was half of the length and had a better ending, people would love it. I don't know about everybody else, but like I did not like this book. And I feel like he could have gotten a better, or at least like I feel like it would have been more entertaining for other people. Because I talked with my stepdad, who has read this book, and he said it was super boring too. He didn't finish it. I've read this now, so I read it completely once, but I read through a good chunk of this book once before. But it kept getting so boring, and it was so frustrating. And I think it was worth it to read it once and to just read it and know how it ends, but oh my god, the ending sucks. The ending is awful, and it does this trope that I hate. I think it is the stupidest, most pointless trope. If you're gonna do a thing, do the thing. So I'm just gonna kind of tell you, because I feel like if you know what this ending is and the book still sounds interesting, then by all means go and read it. But you should know that this ending is not good. So one of the main characters in the book is infected with the virus, but because of her age, and maybe they like did something, I don't know, it didn't make her a vampire. She's still a human. She has some traits of the vampire, so she'll live a really long time. She is adaptable, like she's able to pick things up really fast, and like she is able to move fast. She has really good reflexes, and she's really strong. So she gets all of that. The only downside is she's very sensitive to the sun, but she can heal fast, like her body regenerates really fast. She gets all the cool stuff, and she's not like, basically within the book it says the vampires are without a soul. So she still has her soul intact. They infect one other girl because she was going to die. Now they have 11 more vials, or 10 at least. And that is enough for everyone in their little group to become infected with the virus that is not going to turn them into a vampire. Technically, they're a little on the fence. It could still turn them into a vampire, but it's more likely that they will just be like, they'll have the benefits of the vampire, but they'll still have their soul. The main girl who got infected, her name is Amy. she destroys all of the vials, which is very frustrating because their whole goal is to go and kill the 12, which are a bunch of other vampires, because they're kind of they're like a hive mind. So the other vampires control the mini, which I know this sounds kind of confusing. Basically though, whenever you think the vampire, if you kill the head vampire, all the other vampires, they turn back to human. In this, it's just all the other vampires that the head vampire created or infected, they just go out and die. Okay, so that's their main goal. They've decided that's their mission. They're going to kill all of the vampire, hive mind, original ones. But Amy destroys all of the vials, so nobody else can get infected. And she's like, I don't want you guys to be like me, you guys should be human. Which, I guess. But also, that could have been so useful. And then they're talking about the whole point of, everybody coming together, and, there's a reason that they had those vials. And it's okay. And a part of their group splits off. So 2 couples and a baby, they split off, and they're gonna go to this basically this other colony that should have everything they need. Okay, so 2 couples, one of them has a baby that they already gave birth to. We find out at the very end that the other couple, the girl is pregnant. She hasn't told the guy, but she is really positive she's pregnant. And then the author leaves us on this note that they can't find, because she's writing a diary. So she's writing a diary telling you she's pregnant, telling you what's going on since they've gone back to this other colony. They can't find any more writing because there was this huge massacre at that colony. And it insinuates that the couple with the baby and the other couple where the girl was pregnant were killed. And it is just so frustrating, because if they had been infected with the virus from Amy, the virals don't really bug them. Amy doesn't get attacked by the virals. They'll come to her, but they leave her alone. This other girl that they infected, she can go up and approach the virals, and they just let her hang around them because they kind of think she's one of them. So if they had all been infected and turned, they could have lived. And I mean, technically, I don't know, because it sounds like there's another book that goes into more detail and would explain that. I'm not reading it. I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe I will look into a summary and update you. But just from this book, it is so frustrating to have the author give us this awesome, joyous, exciting news that the girl is pregnant, and she's so excited about it because she loves the guy that she got pregnant with, and then you take it away. And I mean, again, he's probably trying to set up the next book. But oh my God, this book took me over a month to read. Granted, I got really sick, and this was the last thing that I wanted to do, was read the book. I was so sick, I didn't care. But also, this book is a chore to get through. I had to make myself sit down and beg, read as much as you can. Just push out 100 pages if you can. Just get this over with. And now that I'm done, I do not want to read another book by him. Because, oh my God, it just was so much. And the payoff was crap. I don't feel like it was a good enough ending. Because here's how he could have made a better ending. It could have been that, because he could have still done it where the 2 couples that split off, maybe they didn't want to take the virus. Maybe they didn't want the virus. Okay, fair enough. I mean, if you're pregnant, like if she had known she was pregnant before she split off, and that was why she didn't want to take the virus, fair enough. Totally get that. I probably would have done the same thing, because I would have been like, I don't know what it's going to do to the baby. And like, I could also understand if the other couple that just gave birth to a baby, like if they didn't want to infect themselves and their baby, understandable. So if everybody else had infected themselves and then they had vials set aside for them, if say they did change their mind, or they even passed on the vials and were like, hey, maybe if you want, like totally up to you, there's no pressure, whatever. Or they destroyed the last remaining vials because they were like, hey, you guys don't want them, got it, you don't need to say more. Okay, everybody else gets infected because there were three other people in the group who could have gotten infected with the virus and turned into the vampire with the soul. So if they got infected, the other ones didn't, and they left, and then the massacre happened, and then they were like, oh shoot, like we need to go and get these virals. And the ending is basically they go and kill the main vampire that told the other vampires to attack that colony, and they're able to save the other guys or not, whatever. It would have been better if they went and killed the vampires that attacked the colony, and then they're like, hey, this is our mission now. We're going to kill all the other vampires, and that's where it leaves you. Like, that's the cliffhanger into the second book. That would have been fine. I would have even been fine with the other two couples dying. I don't like it, but it would have made more sense if they had infected some of the group, like the other three people that were staying to go attack the other virals and like get rid of all the vampires. That would have made sense. But then they didn't, and then it's just like, oh, those couples died. It was not a good ending in my opinion, and I think it would have been a better setup if it was like that was really what motivated them to be like, we gotta go take care of this, like we gotta get on it. I will say it's not the worst book I've read, but oh my gosh, like it's so long, and every time you think it's gonna get good, it gets boring again. So not my favorite. It's not the worst. I would not recommend this to anyone. If it sounds good, I say read it. It's, again, like, it's okay. But you would think a book that has so much would be better. Because this book has, like, a crazy cult that's, like, doing sacrifices with the men. It's got nuns that die. It's got vampires. But it's boring. Also, I don't really love that this is very much a God-based book. It's fine. I've read a lot of books like that. It's always fine, but it's just not my favorite. I don't know. Like, to each their own. If that's what you want to write about, feel free. Like, if the topic is interesting enough, I'll still read it. But I don't love when in the book that is God-based, like, everything just happens because faith. I don't like that. Like, I feel like if you're going to do a God-based book, okay, like, this one at least God kind of had a plan, because he was trying to do it seemed like he was trying to do the whole Noah thing, where man made the virus for the vampires, so then he was like, I gotta kind of get rid of all the bad people and just leave good people. That kind of makes sense. There's kind of a point to that. So it feels relevant. Okay. So it feels relevant. But then there's a lot of parts where it's like, oh, all of this happened because you just had faith. Like, that's what you need. Good for you. I'm so glad you just had faith. And then some of the things, it's like, oh, I don't know why that happened. Like, must be God. Which, okay, I guess. I I don't know. I just, for me, it's not my favorite because it kind of leaves a lot of unanswered questions, or it just leaves a lot where you're like, okay, I guess I just have to accept this. That's fine. So it's not my favorite trope. It's fine. It's not the worst trope, but I just don't really love God tropes. They're just, I don't know. I don't think they're that fun. So I think I would give this book, I think I'd give it a 4 out of 10. It's okay. Not the worst, but like, I'm not going to read it again, ever. I'm all done. All right. Well, thank you for letting me rant. Oh, if you know about the second book, and like, if you know if Sarah, Hollis, Theo, and I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Masumi and Caleb live, let me know. I just want to know that. So if they lived, please let me know.